There could be a risk of leaving the marital home before the divorce is finalized, and that depends on whether you have children or not. For example, if you have custody, leaving the marital home could mean that you are not spending as much time with your children, which when it comes time for the judge to make a custody determination, the judge could look at the amount of time, parenting time that you spend with your children, and this could count against you. Another factor that could negatively impact you if you were to leave the marital home is whether the judge considers that you abandoned the marital home, especially if you were the breadwinner. If you left the marital home and left the financial responsibility for the mortgage payments and the upkeep of the property to your other spouse, the judge could award your other spouse a bigger portion of the marital equity in the marital home. So, for example, in a situation where one party has left the marital home for a number of years, and the other spouse continued to make the mortgage payments, maintenance on the home, new air conditioning, etc. When it comes time to divide in marital property, the judge is naturally going to give that spouse a bigger portion of the marital equity because they invested more in the marital home without both parties. Whether to leave the marital home or not should not be based purely on financial reasons. What you should also look at are whether there is discord, fights, tension in the home. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing for you and your children is your peace of mind. So if there is any sort of violence, tension, disagreements, you should consider leaving the marital home, or at the very worst, filing and requesting an immediate hearing to determine who stays in the marital home and who leaves. A common question that we get is, can I leave the marital home and leave the state of Georgia? And the answer is, well, it depends. If you don't have children, you are free to get up, leave the marital home, and leave the state of Georgia. Of course, keeping in mind that that may affect the percentage or your equity in the marital residence at the time of your divorce. On the other hand, if you are leaving the marital home and you have children, if there is no court order that says that you have to keep the children here in Georgia, such as a temporary order or a stand-in order that is typically entered in a divorce case, yes, you can leave the state of Georgia. However, if there is an order or a stand-in order in the case, you have to read the order because most of these orders prevent a parent from taking their child out of the jurisdiction where the divorce is located. If you have any questions about whether you should stay in the marital home or leave, please give us a call. We'd be happy to talk about it with you and help you reach the best solution for you.